Hello, everybody. Palm Springs Cindy. I am back again. I'm videotaping this later in the day from when I went live because I mentioned that I did want to share a dating story. Now, this dating experience happened several years ago. It happened when I was new on the dating scene. I was still sort of feeling my way around and through how that whole thing worked. And so I ended up zeroing in on a man who lived in Las Vegas. Hold on, here's Poppy. Come here. Oh. It hurts for me to pick her up because of my wrist. We contacted and texted and got to know each other for a long time. I felt like I knew him. He felt like he knew me. We wanted to finally meet. He seemed like a great guy. He was a little bit older, but he seemed mature and kind. And, he was handsome and he lived in Las Vegas. So the big question was, does he come here? Do I go there? And I was a little leery about, I always ask for the gentleman to come to me, at least the first time that we meet. Hold on, let me get this better. I have my ring light on, and I'm not good with my ring light because I never know if it's too close, too far away, too bright, or whatever. So we'll find out. We'll find out. So, okay, so I'm going to call this man Mr. Vegas. And so when we finally got down to what the details of meeting, it turned out that he said, you come out here, I will cover the costs and come out for the weekend. So I think I flew out there Friday and I was going to come back Sunday. And we laid the ground rules ahead of time, and it was going to be strictly like get together and meet, have lunch together, maybe go to a casino and gamble a little bit. I don't really remember, to be honest, but it was definitely, everything was on the up and up. And he kept saying to me in the emails as we corresponded, you can trust me. I am a gentleman. I'm a man of my word. I'm an honorable man. And, I will have a ticket ready for you. And he showed me the hotel that he had booked for me. It was a lovely hotel. And he said, it's going to be great to finally meet and we're going to have fun. And so there you go. So the day came, I packed a little bag and I flew to Vegas, and I got there. My flight was earlier than we had planned on meeting because I wanted time to get familiar with the hotel, get familiar with my surroundings, take a shower, get dressed again according to the Las Vegas weather, freshen my makeup and all that. And so that's what I did. I think I even might have taken a little nap. I'm not sure. So then I was ready, I was dressed, and I went downstairs. He had called me and said, I'll be there. I'm leaving work or whatever, and I'll be there in like 20 minutes. And so I said, okay, I'm going to go downstairs. I'll be in the lobby. So I went downstairs, and I was in the lobby area. Those hotels have the most beautiful lobby. And so I didn't mind, sitting in the lobby. I think I walked around and looked in the gift shops or whatever. The Vegas hotels are like castles. Beautiful. So anyway, I was there, and all of a sudden, we were texting, he would say, 10 more minutes, I'll be there. So all of a sudden he came in, and he came in waving like this. And right away, I was disappointed. I thought, he does not look like his pictures. He's dressed like a total cowboy. He had a cowboy hat on. He had cowboy boots on. Cowboy is not my thing. But, I thought, okay, whatever, give him a chance. I've been talking to him for months. So we said hello, hug, kiss on the cheek. We had a drink together. We chit-chatted. And then he said, well, let me show you around. I've been in Vegas for so many years and I have, lots of fun things to share with you. So I was like, great. So he had a, beautiful car. We went and we drove around Vegas and he showed me projects that he had been working on, home, neighborhood areas, developments that he had been working on. And, I'm working on this, or I just finished that, or whatever. And so we ended up going to a lovely restaurant, and it was a Mexican restaurant. And it was fun. They had the mariachis, and, honey, you're fine. Poppy wants to get on my lap. And so we had dinner, and during that time that we had together, I knew, this is not a match. But I couldn't leave. I couldn't get home, which is, mistake number one, but live and learn. So it was getting later, and I think, I want to even say he took me to his house, and he had a beautiful home, and I think he had horses and property. So we walked around and looked at the property, and it was lovely. And then I said, I'm getting tired. I'm ready to go back to the hotel. So he said, well, come here. Okay, hold on. Oh. So he said, okay. So we went back to the hotel and kind of sat in the lobby for a minute. And then I said, well, I'm ready to go up to my room. I need to get some rest. Well, that was Friday night. So he assumed, and I'm so naive, I guess. He assumed he was going up to the room with me. So I thought, when I realized that, I thought, well, no. I said, well, you know what? That wasn't our arrangement. You were gracious enough to get me a hotel room. I'm here so we can meet, and I'm ready to go upstairs. And so he talked me into he says, well, let me just go up with you for a minute. We'll have a drink upstairs or whatever. I was like, okay. And he did. So he came upstairs, and, there's not much to a hotel room. Now, my room did have, a television and a seating area, not just the bed. So we kind of were a little bit romantic. And then I was like, okay. I was like, okay. Well, long story short, he got very offended. He was expecting much more. And I was like, okay. And so, but he left, and he left on good terms. So it was kind of like, he said, I'll call you. What time you want me to call you in the morning? And I said, why don't you call me at 9? Okay, great. Well, and he said, I have another day planned. Great. So he left, like I said, left on good terms. So that was Friday. So Saturday morning, 9 o'clock, I set my alarm so I would hear the phone. 9 o'clock came and went. No, I did not hear from him. And I think what was going through my mind was, is he going to call me? And let me back up. When I got to the hotel room, I registered, and I said, I'm registering under the name of Mr. Vegas. And he told me to do that. He said, tell them my name. They have my credit cards. It's all covered. So I said, okay, great. And that's what I did. And they said to me, we have to have your credit card as well. It's part of your ID. It's part of our policy. So I was like, okay. The hotel was like $609. And there's a reason I know that. So I didn't hear from him. 9 o'clock, 9:30, didn't hear. 10, didn't hear. Well, anyway, I was in my room and I thought, okay, I have to make a plan. I have to, baby girl, I have to, either I'm going to stay. He's got the room paid for until Sunday. So I'm either going to stay until Sunday. I'll check out in the morning and fly home and use my regular ticket. Or I'm going to leave early and have to pay fees for a different plane ticket. But I'll get home. I'll get out of this situation. Well, that's what I did. I packed up. I did not call him. I went down to the lobby and I said, this is who I am. This was the room. Here's my room key. I said, I have to leave. I'm leaving a day early. But I said, the bill is under such and such name. Here's the information. And they said, oh, well, we're going to have to charge you because we have not received any money from him. And I was like, what? And so I was like, are you kidding me? And they're like, no, that's policy. So I gave him my credit card. I had to call the airlines and get a different flight ticket. I think I had to pay like a $50 change of venue charge. Honey, come on, stop. And so anyway, I got home and I went online. All I was worried about was that I was going to have to pay this bill. It was like a couple $1,000 between the few nights I was there, the cocktails, the whatever. So I called the hotel and I said, I'm back home and I just want to, I want to make sure you said that as soon as you got his information or his okay that you would void my credit card. And they said, yeah, we haven't got it yet. So, you'll be charged. Great. So I did. I didn't call him. Maybe I did. I don't remember. But I know that I did email him. And I said, you said to me, I told him this, what happened. I said, 9 o'clock came and went. You didn't call me. 10 o'clock, 11 o'clock. And I said, I think you were mad at me that you did not spend the night. You were upset that the plan we had in action was the plan. And so I said, I told him just what I told you. I have been left with the payment, which was not the deal. You said you were an honorable, respectable, upright man. Well, then you please man up. I was mad, but I could be like cussing him out. And I said, so please man up. Here are my charges. You can call the hotel to verify this. And I need you to either pay me back or pay the hotel so they will void the charges. Well, I did hear from him right away. He didn't say why. Maybe he didn't like me and he couldn't get rid of me. He couldn't wait to get rid of me. I don't know. But he did say, well, I am an honorable man. And I said, well, so far it doesn't look that way. So after a little bit of cajoling, he did pay the bill. And I did get my fees voided. I have never, now when there's an issue, like, do you want to come to Arizona? Do you want to come to San Francisco? Or do you want me to come there? I never hesitate. I just say always, my rule of thumb is the first time I meet a gentleman that they need to come to me. And if that's something you're not comfortable with, then, we won't meet. Because that's just my rule. I had a bad experience once, and I don't want that to happen again. So anyway, watch out for Mr. Vegas. They wear a cowboy hat and cowboy So that was creepy. But that was when I was first starting to go out. And I thought it was kind of exciting to fly into Vegas, get a hotel room. I thought that would be sort of exciting and different. But I didn't count on, I knew in my head what we had discussed, what we had texted and phoned about. So, and it didn't turn out, his expectations were a little bit different. Now, like I said, maybe he didn't like me and just thought, I'm not calling her back, get good riddance to her. So I'll never really know. But that's just kind of a creepy dating experience. So with that, when you're in your 70s and you're dating, you've got to be careful. Nothing horrible happened. Everything turned out fine. But, there was a moment where I thought I was going to be stuck with that bill. And I did not want to be. So, and it turned out that I didn't have to be. P.S. I love you. Mwah. Until our next conversation. Bye-bye.